James Cameron, the visionary filmmaker renowned for his groundbreaking work on blockbuster hits like Titanic, Avatar, and particularly his contribution to the sci-fi horror genre with Aliens, has recently opened up about his thoughts on the broader Alien franchise. As the director who took the helm for the 1986 sequel to Ridley Scott's iconic 1979 original Alien, Cameron brought a new level of intensity, action, and character depth to the series, transforming it from a haunting isolated horror into a high-stakes military confrontation with the xenomorphs. His version, starring Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley, became a benchmark for sequels, blending terror with empowerment and introducing memorable elements like the Queen Alien. In a candid discussion, Cameron shared his measured opinions on subsequent entries in the franchise that he had no direct involvement in creating. He acknowledged the enduring legacy of the series while offering thoughtful, balanced praise rather than unqualified enthusiasm. This approach reflects his respect for the original material and his own contributions, without dismissing the efforts of other filmmakers who have attempted to expand the universe. One of the recent additions Cameron commented on is the upcoming television series Alien, Earth, set to premiere in 2025 on FX. He described it as pretty good, noting that it successfully incorporates elements from multiple installments in the franchise. Specifically, he highlighted how the show draws from the DNA of Ridley Scott's original film, his own Aliens, and even David Fincher's darker, more atmospheric Alien 3. Cameron pointed out the inclusion of aggressive POVs, or point-of-view shots, that evoke the tension and immediacy found in those earlier works. This observation suggests that the series is paying homage to the stylistic choices that made the franchise so visceral and immersive, using camera techniques to put viewers right in the midst of the horror. Turning to the 2024 film Alien, Romulus, directed by Fede Alvarez, Cameron admitted to having seen it and appreciating certain aspects. He described parts of it as inventive and different, indicating a recognition of Alvarez's attempt to bring fresh ideas to the long-running series. However, his praise was tempered, as he seemed to imply a preference for Ridley Scott's stylistic approach by trailing off in his comparison. Despite this, Cameron singled out a particular sequence for high commendation, the weightless scene where characters float amidst globs of alien acid blood. He called it pretty nightmarish and well done, emphasizing how effectively it captured the terror of zero-gravity encounters with the corrosive substance that has been a hallmark of the xenomorphs since the beginning. This scene, with its blend of practical effects and suspense, evidently resonated with Cameron's own appreciation for innovative action horror set pieces. Cameron also touched on a project that never came to fruition, the proposed Alien 5 directed by Neil Blomkamp. This film, which was ultimately cancelled, had generated significant fan interest due to Blomkamp's distinctive visual style seen in films like District 9 and Elysium. Cameron admitted to knowing Blomkamp somewhat distantly and having corresponded with him occasionally, but he professed ignorance about the specific details of the scrapped project. Nevertheless, he spoke positively of Blomkamp's creativity, calling him very inventive. This comment underscores Cameron's willingness to acknowledge talent in peers, even for ideas that didn't materialize within the franchise he helped shape. Perhaps most revealing was Cameron's firm stance on the possibility of his own return to the Alien universe. When the idea was broached, he unequivocally declined, stating that no amount of money could entice him back. He attributed this reluctance to the franchise having almost become fan-driven, implying that the direction of recent entries has been heavily influenced by fan expectations and demands rather than pure creative vision. This perspective offers insight into Cameron's filmmaking philosophy. He prioritizes original storytelling and innovation over revisiting established properties that may have evolved in ways that no longer align with his artistic goals. Cameron's involvement in Aliens remains one of the most celebrated chapters in the franchise's history. Released in 1986, it expanded on the claustrophobic dread of the original by introducing a platoon of colonial marines, escalating the scale while maintaining the core horror elements. The film's success lies in its character-driven narrative, memorable dialogue and groundbreaking special effects, many of which were pioneered under Cameron's direction. It received widespread critical acclaim, earning multiple Academy Award nominations and solidifying Ripley's status as a feminist icon in cinema. Reflecting on the franchise as a whole, Cameron's comments reveal a filmmaker who is proud of his legacy but detached from its ongoing evolution. His measured praise highlights the challenges of sustaining a long-running series, balancing homage to origins with innovation, while navigating fan expectations. The Alien franchise has seen highs and lows over the decades, from Fincher's brooding Alien 3 to the crossover experiments like Alien vs. Predator, and more recent returns to form with Prometheus and Alien, Covenant under Ridley Scott's guidance. Cameron's preference for inventive sequences, like the acid blood moment in Romulus, echoes his own innovations in Aliens, such as the power loader exosuit showdown. It suggests he values practical, tension-building filmmaking over purely digital spectacle. Similarly, his appreciation for the POV aggression in Alien, Earth points to an enduring respect for the immersive horror techniques that define the early films. In broader terms, Cameron's remarks touch on the nature of franchises in modern Hollywood. Many iconic series, from Star Wars to Terminator, another property he directed, have grappled with fan service versus bold new directions. Cameron, having revolutionized underwater filming for The Abyss and pushed boundaries with Avatar's 3D technology, seems content focusing on his own expansive worlds rather than revisiting xenomorph-infested corridors. His decision to step away also speaks to creative integrity. At a point in his career where he is deeply invested in the Avatar sequels, exploring vast new ecosystems on Pandora, returning to Alien might feel regressive. The Avatar films represent Cameron's passion for environmental themes, technological advancement, and epic storytelling on an unprecedented scale. Ultimately, Cameron's measured praise serves as a thoughtful critique from someone intimately familiar with the material. He recognizes quality where it exists, offers constructive notes, and graciously bows out from further involvement. Fans of the franchise can take heart in knowing that the man who gave us one of its finest entries still watches with interest, even if from afar.